Ropis doesn't go right back to the corner. He's waiting for the bell. Twelve 3-minute rounds. Australasian light welterweight title. Welterweight champion Ropis, lightweight champion Michael, and they're at it. Michael happy in his preparation for the fight in that he didn't have to boil to make the lightweight limit. But one of the dangers, of course, is that sometimes a fighter, when he comes in a little heavier than his normal weight, loses some of his zip, loses some of his speed. It'll take a round or two before we can assess whether that's happened to Michael. On the other hand, Barry Michael, who's had to really work hard to take 3.5 kilos off to make the limit for the fight, whether he's been weakened by it or not remains to be seen. Famishon having a word or two to say to Michael about hitting behind the scoring line. Michael fighting from a very side-on stance, and from that position when he throws the right hand it tends to get round behind the scoring line, landing in the kidney region, and referee Johnny Famishon was very firm in his instruction to him. A bit of bullocking at close quarters. Break call. Michael had the inside position and ripped well with the left hand. Ropis goes well with both hands to the head, and Michael back with a nice stiff left hand jab that scored. We're just past the halfway mark of the first round. Michael still working both hands to the body and then a left to the head. That right to the body is a scorer inside. Barry Michael placing his punches better in the early part of this first round. The referee has a word or two to say to Ropis, and a word. Michael placing well to the body and a good hand left hand and right to the head. Ropis being beaten to the punch in this first round. Good first round by Barry Michael. Hard right hand by Ropis. That was a stinger, and Barry Michael brushed anxiously at his eyebrow. They're settling down to the task now, and some heavy punches in that exchange. Close to the end of the first round. Good right to the head by Michael and left to the head by Michael, and a good right uppercut by Michael. Michael's points in the first round. Bell for end of round one. There's that right hand, a good punch by Ropis, and that was the best punch of the round, but it was the only really big punch that Ropis landed in the first round. Remember, if you're scoring at home on TV ringside, the judges, 3 judges, the referee not being part of the scoring pattern, but the 3 judges will score on a 10-point must system. 10 points to the winner of a round, share of 10 points to the loser. This time it's Ropis who gets a warning from referee Johnny Famishon for hitting behind the scoring line. It's a little difficult for Ropis because Michael is fighting so side on to him. When he lets a right hand go, he finds it very difficult to land in front of the scoring line. Ropis forcing the pace now on Michael with left and right to the head. Michael comes back, leads a left hand at him, but Ropis wants to get up there close and hammer away with both hands. There's a left hook, good punch by Ropis. Lead by Ropis, sharp right and left to the head by Barry Michael. Another right to the head by Michael. Hard right hand by Ropis. Michael trying to control the fight with the use of an accurate left hand. And when Ropis gets in, he tries to claim him. Ropis trying to bullock in close, but The referee levers them apart. Good right by Ropis, hard punch, and Michael came back. He was hurt then because his left hook missed by a margin, but he stands in close to his opponent. Good defensive tactics by Barry Michael. Ropis trying to bullock his way clear, and Michael goes with a right hand uppercut. You wouldn't want to swap punches with Ropis, particularly so early in the fight. If he falls for that, I think he's going to have a lot of trouble. Minute to go in this second round. Much better round for Frank Ropis. Michael trying to get back in the points now as he goes with both hands to the body. Michael with the left, and he's got Ropis back in that corner. Stays in on top of him as Ropis tries to fight his way out. Michael crowding up Ropis, not letting Ropis get room to punch. Up comes Ropis at him again. But a bit bamboozled there by Michael, and Michael won the points of that exchange. Fast right hand by Barry Michael. Left hand jab. Just through the gloves as the bell goes for the end of round two. Action from the second round, and this illustrates the strength of Ropis as he let that round arm right hand go twice very quickly, and he hurt Barry Michael because Michael came back and he was feeling for him with the left hand. A much better round for Frank Ropis. And Barry Michael certainly wouldn't, at this stage of the fight, want to stand up there and swap punches.
Seconds out, round three.
The third round, and Ropis very keen to get on with the business, and Johnny Famish had almost copped one then. And Johnny having quite a word to say to Ropis. Yes, I think the referee, Johnny Famishon, on this one really needs to keep control of it because it could become a very tough, brawling affair with the tactics of Ropis and the style of Michael, who tries to crowd Ropis up whenever Ropis looks like unleashing a two-handed attack, as he is now. Only this time Michael's back on the ropes, and that's no place for Michael to be. Now he's wrestling with him. Good left-hand double by Ropis, but Michael matches him with a left-hand counter. With eyebrows that are reportedly pretty fragile, Barry Michael is fighting a pretty dangerous fight, staying in so close to Ropis in those in-close exchanges. A clash of heads could cause all sorts of problems for him. Right hand by Ropis, a good punch. Neat left hand punching by Michael. Michael fighting from good balance. Ropis with a very flat-footed walk up, let him go style of fighting. The boxer Michael jabbing with the left hand. Of course, that's always the classic match in boxing, isn't it? The boxer, the puncher. And there's the puncher, right up close to Michael. Left hand jab. Good right hand counter by Ropis. Shook Michael. Another right hand by Ropis. Good punch, and Michael in a bit of trouble here, holding on. And not holding on too neatly. Left into the body by Ropis, very strong, right to the head. Good right hand by Ropis now. Michael has to stand now and punch with him. I think it's going to take a little more than those snappy left hands to keep Ropis at bay. They were good scoring punches right on the nose, but Ropis just walked through them. There's a lusty exchange over near the blue corner. Michael crowding up on Ropis again. And Ropis comes out of it with a good left hook to the head, left into the body. That body punch was a good one, a good hard left hook into the body by Ropis. Michael having a pretty torrid third round. And the bell for the end of a good fighting round by Frank Ropis. Barry Michael has no choice at this stage of the fight but to stay in there and keep fighting with Ropis. Ropis is too strong at the moment and he's letting too many big punches go. Took the points well in the third round. He's a tough, rough son of a gun. And he's just waiting for that bell to get out there for the fourth round to go after Michael once again. Who, with all of his boxing skill in that third round, was unable to keep Ropis at bay, and Ropis was right on target with a lot of big punches. Now Michael realising that he's got to force the pace and take the fight up to Ropis, does that at the start of the fourth with left grips into the body and then left hands to the head. A very good opening exchange by Barry Michael. Michael's got to use his speed and his ability to move around the ring. If he stands and swap punches with Michael, that's what's going to happen to him. That's a good left hook by Michael, but no place to be with his back to the ropes. Now he's got around to the open spaces where he's going to be in much better balance and much better control. Barry Michael must move a lot more in this early part of the fight. Ropis is too strong and too dangerous at the moment for him to take chances with him. Ropis is fighting a fighter's fight. Up on his opponent, crowding him, clubbing away with both hands. A hard jolting uppercut in close by Ropis. Michael picking his mark a lot better in this round. That left hand working well for him. Hard jolting left that time by Ropis. A minute to go in this round. Michael back on the ropes and that's troublesome for him. Tries to pull Ropis off balance, and even though Ropis was being pulled off balance, he still kept punching. Ropis couldn't cut Michael off in the corner that time. Ropis bleeding freely from the nose. Michael lays in on top of him. Now it's Ropis, right hand to the head. Neat left hook by Michael after Ropis had scored with a neat left to the body. Good left to the body that time by Michael, punching much more cleanly in this round. As the bell goes for the end of round 4. Well, in that round, it was Barry Michael using that left hand very, very well. He, particularly early in the round, he moved around the ring, he used his pace, he used his better balance, and scored with a lot of punches. Ropis still continued his walk-up style of fighting, tough, brawling fighting, and his effort to hammer his opponent with both hands. Referee telling them not to move until the bell goes, but they barely took note. They're into it again. After a great round in the third round for Frank Ropis, it was Michael who came back in the fourth, fighting his more natural style, moving around, jabbing, and when the opportunity came, punching. Now here's Ropis catching up with him with a right to the body. Beautiful left to the body then by Michael. Right on the button. Hard jolting right hand in close by Ropis. Booming right hand by Ropis. He gets his head underneath Michael's chin. But Michael, pretty cool. Still working his left hand well. Good two-handed attack to the head by Ropis. Michael anticipating Ropis' attack now and moving well. He moved the wrong way that time and got a left hook for his trouble. Michael goes back into the corner, which is not the best place to be against a brawling puncher like Ropis. And this is the 5th of 12 rounds. Uppercut by Michael. Michael boxing neatly, beautiful left hand work and then a jolting right hand. But Ropis is equal to the challenge and back he comes with a right to the head. Good variety of the time by Michael. He placed his punches very well indeed. Ropis, tough and courageous, keeps coming after his opponent again. Runs into a hail of leather again from Michael. And it was Ropis who finished the round in a flurry of leather as the bell goes for the end of round 5. Up for round 6, and there was blood on Barry Michael's face as he went to the corner after that two-fisted attack by Frank Ropis in the last seconds of the round, but it was not for a cut in the eye. It got a cut under the chin, which bled quite a bit, but it's okay now and there's no problem. But an anxious moment for the corner when there was quite a little blood in his face as he went to the corner at the end of the round. Up comes Ropis, trying to continue from where he left off in that round. He finished on very strongly after taking quite a hammering in the early part of the round from Michael. Michael has got to realise that if he gives Ropis one opportunity to get in there and let those punches go, he's going to have a lot of trouble. Michael's also bleeding from a cut in the lip. Swelling up a little too, his bottom lip, with a right to the head by Ropis as he moves on him again. There's jabbing left hands from Michael, but it's not enough to keep Ropis at bay. Ropis gets in on top of him again. Ropis finishing very strongly in the last 30 seconds of the 5th round, has really picked up this round from where he left off, and he's giving Michael plenty to go on with. Michael with a cut under his chin, a cut on the lip. It looks as though his left eye starting to show signs of wear also. Trickle of blood there in his left eye. He's lifting the left eyebrow. Ropis sensing he's got his opponent in real trouble, steps up close to him again. Boy, this is a fight. Ropis walks up after him again, keeping the pressure on Michael. Michael left hook, but a hard, booming left hook counter from Ropis and an uppercut from Ropis before Michael pushes him back on the ropes. Ropis, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Michael answers the challenge. Ropis getting his head under Michael's chin again as the bell goes for the end of round 6. A tough round, the 6th round, with the points I thought going to Ropis. And it's repairs being done on Michael's eyebrow, and that's the sort of work from Ropis that made those repairs necessary. Michael answered the challenge very well, punch for punch, but it's Barry Michael who had a very, very torrid 6th round. And this is the 7th round coming up, into the second half of the fight. Past the halfway mark now, and this is a fight. Barry Michael and Frank Ropis. Ropis after Michael, right hand, flush on the eyebrow. Up he comes to Michael again. Michael trying to hold him at bay. That's not going to help at all. He's only one way that he's going to stop Ropis coming in on him is to really place that left hand hard and accurately. Neat work by Michael, but Frank Ropis is not worried about neatness. He's not worried about style. He's only worried about hammering his opponent out of the fight. And there he goes. Clash of heads, a bad one too. Michael with a good right uppercut, but Ropis back with a right to the head. The brawl is on at the moment as they wrestle away at close quarters. Punch for punch as they fight for the title. Oh boy, what a fight this is. Right to the head by Michael. Ropis just will not be denied as he bores in again. Ropis the Tank, Frank the Tank, here he comes. Wrestling away with Barry Michael, trying to get his arms clean to punch, and he does. And Johnny Famishon calls enough, breaks them away from the close quarters. 50 seconds of the round to go. Referee having a look at Michael's left eye and signals fight on. Left and right by Michael, left hook by Michael. Ropis with a right to the head. What an exchange. What a go this one is. Ropis still going in on Michael. Michael weakening a little there. Back on the ropes. Tries to fight Ropis at bay. Ropis comes in, has a look at his opponent. But Michael was able to claim just for the moment, but Ropis not to be denied. Here he comes again, a right to the head just as the bell goes for the end of round 7. Round 8 it is in the Australian Light Welterweight Championship, with Frank Ropis getting on top in that 6th and 7th round. Certainly showing no signs that he's weakening from having to make the weight. Fighting strongly, rolling on as Frank the Tank to Barry Michael, and Michael knowing that he's really now got to try and turn this fight in his own favour. After having points early, he's fallen behind, I think, as Ropis puts him right back into the corner and still keeps hammering away at him. Right to the head by Ropis. Clash of heads there, and the referee speaks to Ropis. Box on. Barry Michael bleeding from cut under the chin, cut lip, and a cut on the left eyebrow. Ample evidence of the hammering that Frank Ropis has given him in their brawling exchanges. It's tough and as hard a fight as you'd want to see anywhere. Punch for punch they go again in round 8. Oh, a nasty clash of heads then. Ropis keeps punching. Hook by Ropis was a good punch. A counter hook now by Michael. Good evasion that time by Michael and counters with a left hook, but he can't evade the next ones. Ropis goes both hands to the body. And the bell for the end of round 8. With Michael getting a lot of points early, Ropis closing on him in the middle part of the fight, and then Michael coming back in that last round and boxing well to take the points. It's tough and it's even.
Seconds out, round 9.
And this is round 9. 9, 10, 11, 12 to go. They're not quite as eager to bounce out of the corner for the 9th round because each of them will be feeling the wear and tear. Good left hook now by Michael. Left into the body now by Ropis. Up he goes to Michael again. Michael takes a right to the head and gets out of the corner quickly. One thing about Frank Ropis, he hates taking a backward step. Ropis catches up with him with the right hand, rains leather at him. Michael clinching with him. And Johnny Famish and the referee working as hard as the two of them. Well, they're not getting hurt. Michael taking the points in that exchange. Work tidier. Frank Ropis getting a little ragged. Not that he's been the personification of style at any stage in the fight. Hit Michael with the right to the body. Michael smothered up that time on the ropes. Wants to hold on now. Now he hits with the right to the body. Ropis missing with his right was to the head. Goes to the body again. And Michael jabs him neatly with left hands. Minute of the round to go. Good left hook that time by Michael. Jabs the left hand. Ropis in on top of him again. But missing with a lot of leather there. Good right hand drive to the body that time by Michael. Neat left hook to the head by Michael. Scoring points in those exchanges well. As Michael on the target now with his good left hand as the bell goes to the end of round 9. Good round for Barry Michael. The close-up exchange between Barry Michael and Frank Ropis. Frank Ropis not nearly as accurate with his punching in that round, and it was a good round for Barry Michael.
Seconds out, round 10.
Round 10 it is, 10, 11, 12 to go. Ropis a lot more accurate in this 10th round, placing his punches a lot better than he did in the 9th. Works to the body, left and right to the body. Ropis throwing everything into this desperate 10th round. He obviously thought that the fight was slipping away from him again in the 9th, and he's throwing everything in this desperate 10th to try and hammer his opponent out of the fight. Frank the Tank goes up to Barry Boy Michael. Michael jabbing that left hand. Balance is gone at the moment. He's back in the corner, fighting with everything he knows to keep this brawling opponent at bay. Good left hook by Michael. Michael left hook. Frank Ropis drops his hands. Michael moves away from him, but Ropis comes after him quickly. Michael wasn't going to fall for that. Less than a minute of this round to go. Good left and right by Michael. Ropis stays in, but Michael's the more accurate puncher in close. Ropis clubs away at him though and gets through with both hands. Ropis stumbles. I think it might be a little bit of a trick. No, it's not. He's gone back on the ropes and he's in trouble. He's in trouble. Left hook now by Michael. Another left hook by Michael. Ropis covering up on the ropes. He's hammering away. There's only a few seconds of the round to go. Michael has Ropis back in the corner. Hits him with right and left to the head. Barry Boy Michael, lightweight champion, fighting for his life in this one as he tries to put Ropis out of it. And the bell for the end of a sensational 10th round. What a sensational round. And here's the two-fisted attack by Barry Michael that almost ended the fight. The bell saving Ropis at that stage. Coming up now for round 11. 11 and 12 to go. Frank Ropis looks pretty shaky as he comes out. The referee ordering one of the seconds out, or back off the apron of the ring. And the towel's in the ring, it's all over. And Barry Michael is the winner. Barry Michael is the winner by a knockout in the 11th round.
Silence the critics, Ron. Hey? Oh, I'll tell you what, he's some strong boy. My God.
I think your supporters might have had a few worries in the middle stages of the fight. Mate. What about you?
Me too. He's so bloody strong. I thought I was hurting him underneath all the time. I could feel him grunting. I thought, my God, when is this Iron Man going to slow down? But it just came suddenly. I felt him shake from a few left hooks through the fight, and I was waiting for it all the time. And finally I got through.
What about your corner men? Did they think that you were in trouble with the point score?
They were confident that I was doing well. Kept me to keep boxing. They said that Frank was tiring. But hell, Ron, it's a hard way to make $1, I tell you.